It's been 6 months since this OG colorway came out, and I still think that I might have buyer's remorse. That's why I'm reviewing it now. Yeah. Welcome, cool cats and doggies, to another episode of FiqNSneaks. Today we'll be going over the Nike Air Jordan 2 Chicago. The first color, and I still don't care. It's crazy, yo. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe and turn that notification bell to catch all the content we have on this channel. At the end of the video, make sure you leave a comment below if you bang with it. It's not that I dislike them, it's just that there are two. You'll get what I mean in a second. And make sure to check me out on all social media platforms like Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, and TikTok, because I'm out here. But let's hop into the review of this nice clean shoe. Yeeek! I looked away when I said nice clean shoe, because is it nice? Yeah. Now this is a Jordan 2 box, so that would be weird for y'all to see if you never saw that. Because this box, I don't know, I'm so indifferent. I'm trying to not have it seep into the review, right? This is a Jordan 2 box, you see the wings right there. Let's keep it positive notes out here. Air Jordan 2 Retro, white, varsity red, black. Big feet gang salute.
I got him.
After so long.
And yeah. Opening up that top of the box, it opens up like this, right? It doesn't come off. You don't take the top off the coupe like Amari Cooper. I would have paper for you, but we already moved that out the way. This was a complicated review off rip, right? Because we also had to put laces in these joints right here. And I hate lacing up my shoes. If Nike charged me 99 cents more for a laced shoe, then I would pay 99 cents more for real. But luckily, thank you, executive producer. She laced these up for me, because I was not doing it. In front of me, you have the Air Jordan 2. Now, if you know anything about Jordans, basically 1 through 14 or 1 through 13 for some are like the ones that everyone loves. Outside of this shoe, because this shoe bombed, all right? It was supposed to be higher price point back in the day because it was Italian leathers and goods, and no one cared for it. They scrapped it fast. Tinker Hatfield came in and made the 3 and the 4, and then that was history. No one remembers the 2, so anytime they try to retro it, it really didn't sit. Only 2s that I could really remember outside of this one are collabs, like the Don C 2s, or I guess maybe the Dorenbecker 2s, or because I'm a Denver Nuggets fan and we're in the finals, alright? The Mellow 2s. So this shoe, I didn't really care that it retro. I guess I was like, man, I need to have it because I'm like a sneaker enthusiast. It would be cool to have all OG colorways, and if I can get it for retail, why not add it to the plethora of shoes that just sits behind me? Once I got them, and I think I won them on like New Year's Eve or something, or the day before that, they just been sitting here. It's been almost half a year, and I finally wanted to give this shoe a fitting review and see if it resonates with me. I guess they wanted to give this justice and give this better materials to keep the same like moniker going on with these 2s, but I still feel like it semi fell short. At the top of your shoe, you are greeted with this white leather. And it's better than normal leather that you usually get for some shoes. I admit that. But it's not like it's like the best or something. It's not like Indigo Plateau Elite. That's a Pokemon reference. Because the shoe is constructed in a way where the upper almost looks like it's one thing, I just really want to talk about some of the pieces that you get. So after you pass all those perforated holes and stitching, which is supposed to give more air for your shoes to stay cool and comfortable, you're greeted with this reptile white leather. Now that reptile material is prominent on a Jordan 2. That's just kind of what they're known for. Heading back to your heel, you're greeted with this red TPU unit, which is basically a fake plastic material. Sitting right above that on your heel, you have this black panel with Nike right there in red. You have a black sock liner, a black insole, and on the back of your tongue is black, and that starts to come and be prominent in front of your tongue. But when you get to the front of your tongue, you have the Air Jordan wing sign that is usually most known for Jordan 1s or Jordan 2s. But when I think about it, I feel like I've always felt like it was more for the 2 as opposed to, maybe just because it was on the front of the tongue and for the Jordan 1 is on the side. That, I guess, is something that is iconic to me because it's a basketball in the middle. It's red on this shoe. It gives you Chicago vibes. And I guess I should be happier that the Jordan 2 tongue is not nylon, it's leather. So maybe I have to give that a little more credit to, you know, am I warming up to this as I go ahead? I don't know. But I know one thing that she also likes are the eye stays right here that hold these black laces. They remind me of like mountains in Mario or something. But on other pairs, they might change that color up and it just gives it a little more pop. Now it's even more interesting to fill this shoe out after I've reviewed the J Balvin joints on the channel, because that tongue definitely felt more puffier. And when you're clicking that Jordan right here on your tongue, that one clicked in and the shoe lit up. So like this feels weird to like click this in and not have it give some like some feedback. But it is what it is. This feels like a basketball, which is kind of cool. You know what, I'm gonna give it a 0.5 on my Richter scale. It's going up a little bit just for the texture of the tongue. Finishing off the shoe, you have a black midsole, and then it gets tricky. If you look right here, this outsole is every color on the top, but just everywhere. So because they wanted to, you know, make this one feel different, they give you a little wing hang tag right there that we took off, as well as a pamphlet that kind of like give you the history on 2 and kind of bring it into the forefront of the 2023 year. I don't know what the millennium or the decade is. Is this the 23rd century?
Millennium Falcon.
Let's hop into according to my calculations to get down to the nitty gritty. Millennium Falcon, really? Like I said, these shoes came out December 30th at a price point of $200. They're currently going for under that. Would you have guessed that for a shoe that has Chicago colorway? It's the second shoe ever made, and it was so iconic. That's the kind of crazy part for me. They're going for $150 to $180, and that is to me cool. This falls in the category of some weird reseller calling it a brick, and then 2-3 months later, Nike allowing you to get it for less than retail, which is wild. I never thought that would happen to this shoe, but at the same time, I kind of get it. And I think that's because they gave us way too many 2's earlier in 2022, and 2's just hold a weird space for Jordan, like history, nerds, stands, or whatever I may be. If I really only needed one 2, I would choose the Mellow 2's, Denver Nuggets, my team, or maybe the Don C 2's before I ever needed the OG, and that's just unfortunate when I think about it and like a bigger thing. They are true to size, they do feel comfortable, but when I say comfortable, it's not really comfortable because shoes back then weren't overly comfortable. Like the 2, it's not as bad as a Chuck. It feels better than a Chuck, right? I shouldn't say that. They're comfortable. I'm just gonna go with they're comfortable. Now I feel like the negativity seeping in again. If you wanted a grade from me though for this shoe, I'm probably gonna give it like a 7. It can't really get more than that because I think $200 for a 2 right now is egregious. And if you think I'm tripping, we got another 2 that will come on the channel sooner or later that I think is just as good but was lower than that, which made me more mad about the shoe because then I realized Nike knew they were just taxing us off rip. So yeah, but I don't even know if you would give this higher than a 7. What would you give this right now, Tiff? Just looking at it initially.
4.5.
Oh moly. Alright, let me ask you one last question. That's actually hilarious. I know that we say that we should always get you 1 through 14. Out of the numbers you know of, is this your least favorite number?
Yeah.
See? And she's been in the shoes for about 5 years now. Like strong into shoes for about 4 or 5 years now. And this shoe's just irrelevant.
Yep.
Like there hasn't been any 2 that's came out on sale and I'm like, you know what? That'll be the one I'm gonna get you.
I like the ones my mom got.
Oh, the lows.
They're like suede.
Mm-hmm. She got the melon tints.
They're like, yeah.
Yeah, she got the melon tints. She got the melon tints. B-roll. And I was angry about that because I had a lot of friends tell me that they think 2 lows are better than 2 highs. And they might be right, but I just want to dislike Jordan lows for no reason at all. But those really look like bowling ball shoes to me. So
they all look like bowling shoes.
Yeah, but those look like they might
The lows definitely
look like bowling ball shoes. So let me know in the comments below if you like the bowling ball high Chicago 2's or if you just don't care about 2's like me. Or let me know if I'm tripping. If I'm tripping, you're like, yo man, this is also why you should like the 2. Educate me and maybe it'll grow on me. But right now, Unfortunately, it's sitting kind of stale, which is sad because I was hoping to like love 2's more. Until the next video, I'm gonna holla at y'all. Bye. Sad. Do they smell good at least? Lukewarm. Bye bye. Yeah, I know someone's like, yo, you just no. They don't even. They don't give me my gas Sharpie smell that I need. They're just there.
Anyone who says something smells lukewarm,
Yeah.
that just sounds so gross.
Yeah, well, grossy gross. That's how 2's feel. And definitely gross.